Did you read the article and stuff?
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, are you as pissy about all the hot takes as I am about how everybody's just assuming because of Mark Cerny's wording that this is going to be a PS3 situation, it's going to be $600 and...
I mean, I like, you know me, Mike. I mean, and I've done this on the show. I just hate when people make a big fuss about stuff before they have all the information, and I just think that's just another example of it. It's people just like...
And there's good information in this story.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of them having, like... I know this is going to upset people, and I don't know what it's going to do about external hard drives now.
Yeah.
But having a custom style SSD that is reading faster... And, like, the way he was talking about it is, like, it's faster than anything you can get in a computer or laptop now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking crazy. And he demonstrated it by booting up on their dev kit, which is inside of a PC case. Booting up Spider-Man on old architecture and fast traveling across the map and it taking, like, a minute. Or, what is it, like, 25 seconds or something like that?
It was something insane.
And then...
It was 15... Oh, well, whatever... Well, something was 15 seconds, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
And
Time,
then,
fast, short, slow.
Doing it on the new hardware, fast traveling from one end of the city to the other and taking literally less than a second to load in, which is pretty nuts. All that's cool. And like pie in the sky stuff, like this being built on, you know, a custom Ryzen chipset, graphics card, and like the processor, like this is all PC parts essentially. So it's basically along the same lines as PS4, but better, which is great. And I like how he talked about how this is not PS4 to PS4 Pro or Xbox One to Xbox One X. This is a jump. This is like PS2 to PS4. This is a large chasm we're crossing here.
I feel like they have to say something like that because we have now been in this era where there's been upgrades within a generation. Yeah. So you have to make it clear, like, this is the new system.
Yeah. And it's backwards compatible with PS4, which makes me super happy.
Yeah, I'm glad about that.
Because that just means that all my Rock Band stuff will come over without a problem. Mm. And, you know, all the games I bought on PS4 will come over without a problem. But yeah, I don't get as super hyped about when they throw numbers and shit at you as a lot of people do. But I was glad that, number one, Mark Cerny is the one in charge again. This dude was in charge of development of the Vita, and that machine was fucking amazing, even though it had a bad rap. He was in charge of the architecture of the PS4, and we see where that's gotten them. Mm-hmm. And now he's in charge of the architecture of the PS5 or the next PlayStation. Yeah. And that has me excited. That, and I'm excited to listen to Mark Cerny talk because I like hearing that dude talk. But yeah, man, like this, I'm glad they said something. It had been too quiet. Like, I'm in that camp where I don't need them to keep telling me shit all the time, but they had been way too quiet. They haven't talked about their first party games that are coming out. It felt like they were sending Days Gone out to die. We haven't heard anything about Last of Us 2. We haven't heard anything about the Sucker Punch game.
I know what you're talking about.
Why am I blanking on it? But yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I'm blanking too, though.
We haven't heard any more about Death Stranding, which is good because I don't think we need to hear any more about Death Stranding unless it's, hey, yo, this game is fucking out right now. Ghost of Tsushima.
Thank you.
So they've just been real, and then like we're not going to fucking E3 this year, and they've just been real fucking quiet. And I've been like, oh, not that I thought they were like falling backwards or anything like that, but I was like, why are they being so quiet? Is there a problem with something? Is there issues going on? Is there going to be more changeover in management? Like, what's the deal? But then them trotting out Mark Cerny, doing an interview with Wired Magazine, talking specifics about what their next console is going to be.
Which is bizarre, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, well, I mean, it's cool, but, like, I think even eventually, because there was rumors for so long, like, this is kind of like how the Switch sort of got announced, too, where it was sort of dropped, I think, when, for a... What's that shit called? The stockholder, like
stockholders meeting.
Yeah, like they just kind of said something there. Like it's kind of interesting. Now here you're getting like everyone knows it's coming, but you know we're so used to these big reveals, and I know that's not a reveal, but it's just it's interesting that this is how the first official news is coming out on it.
So I feel like they did a good thing, but again, getting ahead of rumors, and getting ahead of leaks, and getting ahead of all like there's again speaking of rumors and leaks, there's rumor that Wired had all this information leaked to them and contacted PlayStation and said, we have all this shit.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And we're gonna run it, but we're giving you an opportunity to run it with us, essentially. And that's the rumor.
That almost feels kind of like a hostage situation.
Yeah. So that's the rumor. But either way, like, it's out there, and I think that's great. And I really liked the way it got out there because it wasn't like some fucking bombastic press conference. It was in text in a fucking article where everything feels more real.
Yeah.
Like, even if you were to walk out on stage and be like, here's the next PlayStation, and like everybody's it's
Then
all the
there's some
flops and all the
questions.
RAM and the
Yeah.
mem. Like, I that's fun for spectacle, but that never feels real.
Right.
You know?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it, like, I always think it's funny. It's all a hype thing, but I always think it's funny how secretive all this shit always has to be. You know what I mean? It's just like, can I just, like, I understand you're helping us build hype and stuff, but can I just know? I mean, why does everything have to be like, well, we'll talk about that at a later date? It's like, I know you're making another system, motherfucker. Like, tell me what I'm going to possibly be investing money into.
My biggest example of, like, the show for show's sake without giving us anything was that Nintendo year where they're like, here's the Wii.
Yeah.
And then walked off stage like, well, what is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Microsoft last year, or 2 years ago with Microsoft One X, and here's all these numbers, and then they rolled like video of developers. This is exactly what we want to develop. Like, well, what the fuck is it?
Yeah,
and there's nothing there, but everybody takes that as being like, oh, Microsoft One E3, they announced the Xbox One X, and it's like, they didn't tell you anything. You don't know anything, and this feels more tangible, even though there's not a thing.
Yeah, it totally does. And they're talking about things. They're talking about real things here, not just giving you little pieces.
So yeah, as you guys know, my Bluetooth is really spotty and shitty with my PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So I haven't been able to play Rock Band for a while at any kind of fun level, because anything past medium is unplayable because of the latency between the Bluetooth and the controller. Mm-hmm. So that, when they was like, oh yeah, it's backwards compatible, I was like, oh god, thank you. Because now... And then it's like, it'll be 2020 is probably the year. And I've been sitting here like, oh man, but that PlayStation every once in a while goes down to $199. Should I replace my PlayStation 4? Should I just wait for PS5? And now that we have more like tangible information, it's one of those things where I'm just gonna fucking deal with it unless it dies.
Yeah.
And even if it dies, I'll probably just deal with it.
Yeah, that's how I feel
with
too.
Your TV.
Yeah,
with the TVs. And
TV's gonna happen, but TV I'm gonna get. No, I mean TV died. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. TV I'll get, but like PlayStation, I don't see any point to update to a Pro or anything like that, because like, why would I do that now at this point?
Right. So now I feel like I said, I feel like they did this shit like in a really good way and like kind of entered a news cycle in a really positive manner. Now, let's talk about entering the news cycle in a really negative negative way with the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. Would you like to bring that article in?
Yeah, I'll bring that article
Okay. Yes, Billy Rivers, my TV died.
So, if you're going to do hardware revision, if you're going to do hardware revision, right, and you're going to remove something, why are you using the same box? It's literally the same fucking box.
Yeah, it should be a smaller form factor.
At least, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. You're getting ready to drive.
Then, so remember that year where everything on the Xbox One is going to be all digital and always online, and you have to have a connection in to play your games, and you can't trade games or sell games. And then PlayStation did that video, like, you know how we share games? Hey, dude, you want to borrow this? Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
They did a video that was very funny. It was very well done about, what are we going to do for this Xbox? How are we going to make this work? How are we going to change it? And it's like, so I just took it into Photoshop and deleted the disc tray.
They did that for this? I didn't see the video.
It's a funny video. It's very well done. But then they come out and it's the same box, same size. Nothing's changed except now you don't have the Ultra Blu-ray player in it. So if you're into that, you can't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
1 terabyte drive, which is nice because they also have expandable where you can just plug it in an external hard drive. So 1 terabyte, that's fine. That's the minimum though, That's like bare bones now. You can't get smaller than that because if you do, what's the fucking point? Especially if you're pitching all digital. Unless you're going to pitch a streaming machine, which this is not. This is an Xbox One S with no disc tray.
That's crazy.
And it's $250 fucking dollars. I can go on Amazon right now and buy an Xbox One S with 2 games and the disc tray for Ultra Blu-ray for less than that. If I want to.
Yeah.
Ooh, but our MSRP is $300. But on Amazon, it says that product is being sold through Amazon by Microsoft.
Yeah.
And it's almost
weird.
$50 cheaper.
Yeah, it's...
And keep in mind, when we want this to be $50 cheaper than the One S and, $250 cheaper than the One X. You can get an Xbox One X for like $350 right now if you look. It's not a $400 box anymore. And it's coming with a shitload of here's some download codes for games. Mm-hmm. This console comes with Forza Horizon 3, Minecraft, and something else installed.
I think it showed them.
It did, yeah. It's you're
Thieves.
right.
Sea of Thieves. So those games would probably cost, if you were to buy them, would probably cost you about $100. And I think it comes with a month of PlayStation. Of Game Pass. I think it comes with a month of Game Pass.
Yeah.
So that's cool too. All that is great. But at $250, man.
Yeah, it's interesting pricing.
Man.
If I had $250 laying around, I probably would get it because I've
Well,
never owned a.
But
Xbox.
for less than that, you can get one that still plays Blu-rays.
I don't think that matters to me.
Then if you're taking out something, you need to reflect that in your price. You can't just charge the same price for something.
Oh, they're both the same price, you're saying?
Essentially, yes.
Oh.
The
yeah,
MSRP is $300 for the white one right here that you're looking at, but you can get it anywhere.
Here's an Xbox One S 1 terabyte console with the Battlefield bundle for $230.
$230.
It was $299.
Yeah, I would get that then instead.
That's my point. Is I saw one that had it's a discontinued model, but it's an Xbox One S with a 500 gigabyte hard drive and a game for $202. I saw that on Amazon the other day when they announced this stuff. I was like,
because I've never got we've mentioned before, I've never played Halo or any of those exclusive games. Forza, I think that's it's exclusive too. I've actually watched someone play Forza. I'm like, I think that's kind of cool.
It depends. Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon?
Whatever the latest one was.
Okay, because they have 2 franchises within their franchise. Motorsport is definitely more sim. Horizon is more of an arcade style, they're both really fun games. I think they're awesome games. But this is just come on, guys. Come on.
Maybe they'll adjust the pricing.
Perhaps.
So.
That seems to be a Microsoft thing that happens. They announce something, and then they have to backtrack.
Yeah. And then the Microsoft or Xbox Live Gold Premium or Platinum or whatever. Xbox Live Platinum, I can't remember what it's called. Ultimate. Xbox Live Ultimate. Mm-hmm. It's $15 a month for Xbox Live and Game Pass, which is fine. But if you just buy Xbox Live Gold for $60 and $10 a month for Game Pass, it's the same price as you're going to end up paying over the course of 12 months for things bundled together. Thank you for putting it together.
That's how they get people.
Thank you. And I don't what about Netflix that shit? What about $11.99 or $12.99?
Yeah.
Give us a dollar break. $13.99. Just give us the $1 break. So over the course of the year, I'm saving $12. That's just something.
Yeah.
You can do it if you want, but you don't. And it's like one of those. It's like when you play a mobile game or a game with microtransactions. And it's like, oh, buy 1,000 of this for $10, or best deal, 5,000 for $49.99. It's the same price as if I just bought 5 packs
of that shit.
That's what they're doing.
I mean, it's like old infomercial stuff too. You could have this music collection for 5 easy payments of $29.95.
Right? Yeah.
I get it. It is appealing. I mean, sure. If Netflix only offered, it is a mind thing. If Netflix said, Netflix costs $120 a year, versus telling me what I'm going to pay a month. Mm-hmm. What I pay a month sounds more appealing than for me giving you $120.
$14.99 for the subscription. It's a great price. That's awesome. It's amazing. To offer a subscription rather than having people pay all out right away is something I wish PlayStation Plus would do, which I have a feeling they're going to do when the next PlayStation comes out, because it's probably going to involve the PlayStation Now service, just like this one does. But yeah, I mean, even $15 a month is not unreasonable whatsoever for the service they're offering.
Yeah.
Not unreasonable at all. It's just like pitching it like we're getting a fucking deal. If we pay $15 a month, when it's the exact same price if we would have paid separately for each service. So
I think Bolo is countering your point, right?
My point?
No, Mike's point. I think,
well,
unless I'm reading it wrong. I can't tell.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna pay that $15, wait, go up. That's what I was reading. I'm trying to read the chat.
Scroll down.
Yeah, go back to where we were, like the latest. If you're gonna pay that $15, then if you don't play for a month, don't pay. When you do pay that $15 for the whole bang, worth it. Bolo cosign. $250 for a console with no drive is not good, but come on, $200 without the drive will be great. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like one of these fucking crazy people saying sell it to me for $149, because that's unreasonable. Mm-hmm. That's just way too low. But like even like $189, like just something. Even if it was $199.99, I'd be like, that's good, man. That's a good deal. And it comes with the month of Game Pass. That's cool. And I would totally shell out that $15 a month for the service. And I do agree that, but that's horseshit. Bolo knows that's horseshit. Like, how long do people keep gym memberships? Well, I'm not going to go this month, so I'll cancel it. No, you fucking won't cancel it. No, you won't. People who get HBO Now to watch Game of Thrones, I'll cancel it when it's over. No, you fucking won't. It's just gonna keep charging you every month.
I know.
That's what's great about subscription model, is that you can do that. But what's great for big companies about subscription model is that nobody ever fucking does that. Nobody does that, Bolo. Come on, dog.
I mean, that's why whenever I sign up for something that has like a free trial, I always set a reminder when I need to cancel.
Oh, I already have mine set.
I always do. You don't. You weren't even supposed to have Hulu as long as you did, but now you have Hulu.
Well, I got Runaways.